Alright, back to finishing up the bar video. I decided I wasn't going to make any cuts. I want to get used to these bars. Since I'm going to be running a set of grips, I'm going to cut off anyways. Pro Taper is having a hard time providing me with blue pillow tops. So I'm running a regular set of softs. But for right now on the video, we're going to not go over installing grips. We're going to go over finishing installing your bars. You always want to be on the bike. You always want to be in a comfortable position. Everything's still loose. Our FI light's still down here. So what we're going to do, because we want to start with the right hand side, because, I mean, shit, that's your throttle bud. So, with everything still loose, I mean, that's like too loose because they're going to fall out and hit the ground, and then I'm going to have to get down again, and I don't want to get down. So, thread them in a few threads. That way they stay. Remember that. New throttle tube. Oh, cha. Pro Taper. We'll see. We will see. So, you can have them roll clear back here, wherever, you know, and it'd be all the way to your brake lever, but you don't want to do that. That's extra bind on your cables. So, run it all the way down against the bar. That's not where we're tightening it, but down against the bar, and you just sit on the bike, and you're looking for your lever right now, your brake lever, where it feels comfortable. I'm applying pressure to the front side, the back side, so it's somewhat in place, and I just go to where it feels comfortable in hand, bike completely forward. Comfortable in hand, bike completely forward. After that, when you get that comfortable feel, it's time to make it permanent. Again, same thing with the bar clamps. Try and keep an even gap. I'm just sending it in because I got a feel for this. So, next are the throttle tube. You want to keep this gap from your cover on your master cylinder a good distance away from it, just in case you take your cap off and have to top off brake fluid or bleed lines or what have you. You want to give yourself a gap, that way you never have to loosen this to be able to work on your brake system. So we got a pretty even gap right where I want it, a good gap in between, not like extremely detrimental. I would say about 4 millimeters. 4 millimeter gap. I have the throttle tube all the way against the bar. I back off about 1 millimeter, just so it doesn't ride on the end of the bar. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm going to cinch it down pretty even. And just to make sure you haven't messed anything up and nothing's in a bind, doing its job. No resistance. Love it. Take your little rubber cover, put it back over your, don't punch yourself in the face, don't knock over beers or tools. And you're just going to slide your little rubber on. Ha! Ask your sex ed teacher about that. Next is the left hand side. Right now you'd probably put your grips on. Since I'm doing that in a different video, we're going to leave grips off. Grip will normally, because I have a textured finish, be at the end of the texture or slightly after. Very slightly. Either way, my normal hand position is going to be about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch in. Normal hand position. So all you're doing is the same thing. And if you want to get basic with it, you can just eyeball from brake lever position to clutch lever position, and it's always going to be about the same. Unless you have some major hand injuries, then it's going to be slightly different. So, just gonna snug it up, because like I said, I still have to install the grip. I want to make sure, showing you guys how to do this. Don't overcomplicate something simple and make it a pain in the ass, or take all night. This is quick, easy change out. I mean, shit. Like I said, don't overcomplicate it like I'm trying to do right now. Give ourselves a little more slack. There we go. And I'm going to leave it about kill switch thumb position, which is, you know, about yonder. No accidental bumps, no accidental dead bike. Oh, this one is long-winded. She got a lot of threads on her. Should have spun it in with the finger. Oh, she's getting tight. Oh. Alright. Simple as that. Easy. Grip install. I'll go over that in a different video. Yeah. Simple stuff. Don't overcomplicate simple things. Like this. You would have sat there and fought this fuel vent hose, but no, it's pretty simple. If you're looking for torque specs, what have you, I should have mentioned this in the beginning of the video. They will be linked in the bottom. I'm running aftermarket setup, so I'm only giving you the stock torque specs. Whatever the aftermarket brand you bought, in their constructions that you should have read instead of watching this video, you would go to the torque specs that they tell you to. Alright.